Rolling Quartz is virtually the definition of a band that I don't know that much about. Although, obviously, I've been familiar with their existence for a long time. We always talk about, when we talk about Korean rock bands, Rolling Quartz is a name that's come up. I've heard some of their songs in the past, just sort of fleetingly. But I thought, as we brought back this whole reaction channel thing, I'm going to dive in and actually have a listen to some of their songs, and a new song just came out, so perfect timing for doing that. Now, the Korean rock scene is an interesting thing anyway. Obviously, we all know how much K-pop is dominating the scene over there. I've spent a fair bit of time in Korea, so I can speak to that myself. You just see it, it's so ubiquitous. And then on top of that as well is the fact that I did an interview with Yaewon from Rum Kicks, and obviously they're more of a punk band, but doing that interview in Korea and talking a lot about how difficult it is for for Korean bands we're in Japan, so I keep on saying Japanese bands, Korean bands to come up in Korea. It's quite difficult. So any band who's genuinely doing something in Korea, we got to hold them up and give them a little bit of support. That's another reason why I want to come and give a little bit of a listen to whatever Rolling Quartz are doing. So yeah, we all know where I am. We all know that I am a big follower of the Japanese music scene, so I'm hoping to give a little bit of support for the Korean music scene here. Rolling Quartz are just one voice in that, though, so as always, if you want me to listen to any other Korean bands who are doing things at the moment to elevate the scene, then let me know, and obviously I'll jump in and give a little reaction to their videos as well if I can. But anyway, let's jump into this. This is the latest song from Rolling Quartz. Like I said, I don't really know much about them, but this song's called Victory. It's by Rolling Quartz. I would say one of the conversations that has come up, a lot of stuff I heard from them before. I heard a lot of their earlier stuff that was quite rocky. I have been told that their later stuff has veered away into a direction where it seems to be fusing more poppy elements. I don't know how true that is, obviously, because I don't really know that much. But I'm going to jump in and have a look. This first frame of this video that makes me think that we're going to get like a high production music video, because we already have a set with someone who looks like they just teleported in. Let's see where this goes.
Logging into system.
Very menacing opening. Well, it's certainly got a rock feel so far. Okay, hard rock is definitely the direction we're going in. This is much rawer than I expected.
How are you feeling right now? Breathe it out, see the bubble, take out the gas and just not stop. Over the line, let's spread it out.
Okay, they're building it up. It's an interesting chorus. I like the singer's voice. I kind of want to hear her voice like pushing more in the chorus. It's a very chill song though, isn't it? It's kind of funky. I like that. Nice little walk down there. There's a lot of attitude in this as well. I kind of like... I'm appreciating the fact that there's a little bit of character to the delivery. Oh, we're getting to hear the voice now. It's not at all what I expected. It's quite different. There we go. I wanted to hear sort of like push her voice a bit more in that chorus. That's a nice way to crescendo it. Okay, that was very interesting. We have got a lot to unpack on this one. In no sense was this what I was really expecting. Okay, so let's find a nice frame. Let's give the drummer credit. The drummer in this was brilliant, I have to say. She was really cool. Good example of what I always say about a great musician when it's not about playing super technical stuff, it's about knowing what to play when. There was some really nice little breaks, nice little rhythm changes in here, but all of that was very clear. All the instrumentation was very clear because this was very raw sounding. It's interesting because the music video, it had kind of like, as you often get with K-pop videos, really expensive looking cameras were used. A lot of work went into having outfits and everything stylized. There was a set, the background set was very detailed. Definitely looks like something for a K-pop video. And yet the music was very raw. It looks like, if I had closed my eyes and just listened to that recording, I would have thought I was just listening to a live session. It was that raw. So there was no production where it wasn't needed. Now, I will just quickly, before I get into that, I nearly said it at the beginning. I didn't. When the guitars first came in, yes, I will accept the guitars sound very, very clean. I think that is just the result of very good recording mixed with just... Either whether the compression is sort of like native to the actual amplifier or whatever, I don't know. I'm not big on guitar tech, I'll be honest. I love the studio setting, but I prefer to do the controls on guitar sounds mainly through the production. But in this case, basically the guitars sounded, yes, they sounded very clean and very controlled, but they still didn't sound like there was effects on them other than, pedal effects. So yeah, this was a very raw sounding recording. Now, I thought that was really interesting for a start because I had been, led to believe the Rolling Quartz were leaning a little bit in a sort of K-pop-y direction. And nothing musically about this almost suggested like they were trying to separate themselves from it. Because K-pop is very high production musically, lots of effects, lots of little drop-in sounds and things. This had none of that. It was all guitar, bass, drums, vocals, and it was very... even those instruments didn't sound like they'd been through any form of processing other than just stuff to make them clean, sound clean. So I don't know if this is indicative of what the usual Rolling Quartz sound is. It's been so long since I heard those tracks back in the day that I can't even say that I can really reference them against the times I've heard Rolling Quartz before. But certainly this to me sounded like a band who were trying not to sound like K-pop in a production aspect at very least. Did the song work? It wasn't like the catchiest song I've ever heard, but it was good fun. It bounced along well, had a good rhythm. A lot of it, there was little guitar breaks and everything, but it felt more like it was a sort of simple, punchy sort of song. It sounded like it was kind of designed to had impact like a single, but it didn't have a super catchy chorus like a single. I did think that the chorus was kind of interesting. Again, different, more of a chant, sort of like a monotone chant. Yeah, I can't sing, don't worry. So in those aspects, I think this song was it like the greatest single ever? Maybe not, but it was definitely a good song with a good build up, and it was one of those songs that makes you go, I want to hear more of this. Definitely left me interested to hear more. As for I do have to quickly take a segue because I was really actually quite impressed by the song. It was different from what I expected. And I think one of the main reasons I'm impressed, I should just say this first, one of the main reasons I'm impressed is because this is the kind of thing that I think this is good for Korea to have this kind of music. Music that clearly is designed to have a little bit of mass appeal, but at the same time is very different. I keep on saying this, that the biggest problem with the K-pop side of things is that it feels like they've been doing the same thing for 10 years. Like the music videos all look like they've been directed, like every K-pop video looks like it's been directed by the same guy for the last 10 years. It just all looks the same. All the songs have roughly the same structure. And so you want the KRock folks, like Rolling Quartz, to be doing something that feels different. And musically, this feels different. It feels raw. You know, it feels like it's got a little bit of that swagger that we know from K-pop, but it's not over the top. It's kind of just fun here. Maybe because of the fact you can take it more seriously, because it sounds like a band who are, actually, they're delivering their whole tracks and everything. Look, I'm not a purist or anything, but I just love this alternate take. I love hearing this kind of stuff come out of the Korean scene. It's still mass appeal, but it's so different from what we hear from K-pop, which I am so glad to say. Now, the area that I wanted to segue back round to, and I've kind of made a bit of a mess of it now, is talking about the music video. The music video, I don't have their previous music videos to reference it off of. The outfits, so I'm not an outfits person, but I was like, okay, that's not how we expected you guys. All right, fair enough. I have no comment on that. I'm just like looking at it like, this is not what I expected them to look like. And then the music video itself, there was lots of those slow motion shots of people like leaning over, snarling and stuff. And I was like, okay, that's a little bit more K-pop than I think we needed to go. But I kind of liked it in that it was funny hearing, as I say, a song that if you close your eyes just does not add up with that music video. Like that music video and that song do not add up at all. It's like the music video looks like the director, and no disrespect, I don't know. Just the director looks like someone who probably has either just come off the back of directing K-pop videos, or maybe like was trained up through a university that's just training up the next generation of people who are going to direct that exact same K-pop video that everyone's been directing for 10 years now. I don't know, but the director looks like that's what they were programmed and ready to do, and then Rolling Quartz turn up with this song and it's like, well, I'm still going to do the K-pop video. I thought this was cool. I thought this was nice. As a song, is it a straight 10 out of 10? No, I do think that the chorus for me, probably, I wanted more to get my teeth into with the chorus. I wanted a chorus that had a little bit more going on. I guess considering the singer's voice was so good, I wanted a lot more melody out of her. I wanted to hear her use her singing ability more. This song felt much more rhythm focused, which is fine. I got no problem with that. But yeah, I guess I would need to hear more of their music to hear the other side of what they do as well. But this was cool. Let's be honest, as a first proper listen to this band, so I can maybe get into them at some point, this was a good starting point. I think from this point, if this leads to a list of songs that all present variation on top of this, if they have variation in their back catalogue, then this is a great starting point. Anyway, those are my thoughts. As always, get in the comments. Tell me what you think, and until I hopefully see you back here in Japan for the next one of these. For now, ciao, ciao.